guys, we are back with another banging video. Now, for you OGs who have been keeping up, you guys would remember that I told you guys that Kimora is gonna have a lot of legalities first thing this year. You guys remember? So she has the case with her ex-husband, Russell Simmons, about the stolen Celsius shares, which she allegedly stole from Russell. And then she also has another legal issue with her estranged ex-husband, Tim Leissner, the disgraced banker who allegedly stole $1 billion 1 billion Malaysian dollars from the Malaysian fund. This is also tied to Joe Low. Remember, Joe Low is still sorted by the FBI. Leonardo DiCaprio was involved in that case. Kim Kardashian was grilled by the FBI. Kimora's estranged ex-husband, Tim Leissner, is also involved in that stolen funds, right? Now, Kimora lives in this $25 million luxurious mansion that was bought by the husband, Tim Leissner, right? When Tim Leissner married Kimora, he was also married to another woman. He tricked Kimora, they got together, they have a child together. He bought a $25 million mansion with the stolen funds, which he testified under oath, telling the judge that yes, he did buy the mansion with the stolen funds, and he testified under oath in 2022. He bought the Beverly Hills estate in 2017 using the stolen money from the Malaysian Sovereign Wealth Fund, right? Now, so he bought it in 2017. He admitted to using the stolen money to buy it in 2022. And in November of 2020, his holding company, Leissner's Holding, sold the property to billionaire real estate moguls, David and Simon Reuben. Now, David and Simon Reuben, they are known as billionaire tycoons. They deal with high real estate, like prime real estate across the world. London, in the Caribbean, in the United States, they are billionaire tycoons, and this is what they do. After Tim sold the mansion that he and Kimora was living in, with Kimora signing off on it, Kimora and Tim said they still wanted to live in the house. So the Reuben brothers told them that for them to still stay in the mansion, they would have to pay $67,000 per month to continue living there, but no rent has been paid since then. However, Kimora is arguing, telling the court that she has been paying mortgage, but the court is asking, who have you been paying mortgage to? Because it shows that the house was sold to the Reuben brothers. Kimora then argues that her signature was obtained under false pretense. She was misled to believe something else was going on when Tim obtained her signature. And as such, she is refusing to leave the property, but the federal government is saying, honey, you gotta leave because this property is not yours. And the Reuben brothers, they're not getting the property either because they are the ones who bought it back from Tim. And Tim testified in 2022 that it was the stolen money that bought the property. Tim bought the property in 2017. He sold it back in 2020. And in 2022, he testified in court under oath that it was the Malaysian sovereignty fund that he stole, he used it to buy the house. But then by then, it was sold to the Reuben brothers. So even the Reuben brothers have lost their investment on this one. And Kimora is saying she's not leaving the house because she has been paying mortgage. And the court is saying that doesn't make any sense. Now, this is what Kimora and Tim did. When Kimora and Tim were together and Tim was caught, in trouble, he had to pay a few, I think it was like $1 million or so, but he had to pay some money up front to escape jail time, right? So it is alleged that what Kimora did, she took some of Russell's Celsius shares, she sold it to get Tim Leissner for Tim Leissner not to go to jail, right? After she sold it, Russell realized that his Celsius shares was messed with. When he confronted Kimora about it, Kimora started gaslighting him as per the court documents. And as such, Russell decided that he's going to take Kimora to court. When Russell took Kimora to court, Kimora and Tim Leissner wrote to the judge and said that they were entitled to Russell's money under California Free Speech Act as per the reports and court documents, allegedly. Yes, they said that they were entitled to the man's money under California Free Speech Act. And the judge was like, that's nonsense. Money is not free speech. Stocks, bonds, and shares are not free speech. Those are values, money values. And as such, you can't say you're entitled to someone's money under California Free Speech Act. California Free Speech Act doesn't protect you in taking someone's money. It protects you in free speech. So as such, the judge refused to throw out the case as per Kimora and Tim's request. The judge said the case will go on. It's going to go to trial. And then Russell asked the court to subpoena Kimora and to get all her phone records, communications, because he's saying the court will find the evidence that because after that, Kimora alleged that Russell gave her the shares because he said it was useless. Can you imagine? Russell Simmons telling her that the Celsius stocks were useless. So she alleged that the stocks were, Russell told her that the stocks were useless, and so Russell gave it to her. Russell is saying nonsense, and the court is saying nonsense. How is it that first you're entitled to it under California's Free Speech Act? No, you're saying this man gave it to you. So the case, they have a hearing, which I think has happened. If not, is about to take place. I'm going to go back and look at that date again. Now, the other day when Kimora came back with Life in the Fab Lane and she was revamping Baby Fat and all of that, she said that she is the owner of Celsius. Now, I didn't hear when she said that. It was a TikToker reacting to it and saying, clock that T Kimora. And I was like, when did she become the owner of Celsius? That's what she said. So Kimora is in deep-ish with money. I don't know what her problem is with money, honey. But if the Fed says, get out of this house because it's a Malaysian funds, listen, it means that the Reuben brothers are going to go after Tim to get back their money. And Kimora is going to have to get out of that house. Plus, she's going to have to answer about Russell's Celsius stock. She's in big trouble. And I have to say, good luck, Kimora, because, honey, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Because testifying under oath You can't beat that with evidence to back it up, okay?